Well, hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back. Wargame European Escalation. Time for a little bit of a pit stop now for the 252nd Guards Motor Rifle Regiment as we stop outside that refinery we captured in the previous episode. Again, thank you so much. So much for the support you give us. All those likes, the comments, and everything you do to tell a friend is greatly appreciated and helps this train to keep on trucking, I guess. Anyway, so we'll watch the intro video, and I will see you guys on the other side. Here we go.
The revolutionary government ordered a general withdrawal of all forces around Krakow and Katowice. During the retreat, they apply the scorched earth policy and destroy everything that could be used by the occupant. The only hope the rebels now have resides in a Western intervention that they hope to be imminent. Signal interceptions have revealed the presence of 3 Polish company command posts in the area. We'll have to engage and destroy simultaneously if we want to prevent them from supporting each other. But before that can happen, we'll have to secure the refinery.
All right, quite the big task ahead of us as we have to ensure the security of this entire refinery by capturing it here, and it seems like we'll not be able to use artillery either in order to do that. Gregory, Sheraton, and Fedor being the 3 major points that we can capture at the start. Ivan, Leonid, Konstantin, and Elena also points that we can capture after this. Luckily, we do not have a time limit or any sort of objectives around time, so we can kind of take our time, ironically enough, in preparing our defenses and our attacks and such. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get everything loaded up and get rocking to where we need to go. We're going to put UAZs up here. Obviously, going to be very important to capture some of these positions immediately. So we're going to start by sending over some troops and some helicopters to Sheraton to make sure that's cleared out so we can capture it, get additional points, and an additional call-in zone on that left flank. Also going to get up some helicopters. MI2 here should be good. And we do want to watch out because I'll guarantee you Gregory somewhere is loaded with AA, ATGMs. It's a long, huge open area, so it would be very deadly for helicopters, troops, and tanks alike to approach Gregory without some sort of jump-off point for Sheraton. In the meantime, Fedor over here can also be taken for additional points, so let's send some of our Mi-8 TVs over there as well. A very powerful tank that we can use this time around is the T-72, and I'll be using that mostly because of its heavy armor. The armor that it does have allows it to take a few hits and distracts other enemy vehicles from shooting at our main tank here, which is going to be the T-80. What do we use here? Should we use the T-80? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We've got some engagement already. Mi-24P liquidating one of those peons. Looks like there's also a Ural supporting it and units on the move in Gregory, including a FOB right there. We'll go ahead and unload these Mi-8 TVs. On the left side will be unloaded. We'll have that UAZ come over. We'll probably try to cap as soon as possible. Looks like that Ural won't be attacked because it's a supply unit. So anyway, getting back to the tanks, we probably will just call out a few T-80s and try to upgrade these guys as well. And let's get some supply units over for them. And also possibly an AA unit. I'm not sure where else we're going to need AA. We do have some Shilkas to start with, which we moved up. And we do have that UAZ 469 moving up, which apparently is the greatest of anti-helicopter vehicles, as it basically has a 50 caliber that can really do some damage. Not a 50 cal, but it's a 14.5 millimeter mounted on a UAZ basically, so definitely deadly. All right. So we've got our Mi-2 up. We can see some stuff moving around the map already. We've got Scots here, which do have ATGMs, so bringing up tanks would be deadly, and gunships as well. So we're going to need all sorts of vehicles here. Our UAZ should be clear to move up on its own. So we'll get a jumping force ready here to hop into Fedor as soon as possible. Gregory will probably be the last thing we take, and it looks like these gunships are already irritated at our presence. ZSU-57-2s are also approaching. Let's take those out first, then we'll also open up fire on the gunships. Those gunships may possibly be coming over for these Mi-8 TVs, so let's see if we can just get away from those. Those helicopters are extremely fast. So 157 destroyed already. These TVs are on the way out. Looks like we may have gotten a second kill. Excellent. All right, they've done a little bit of damage to one of those helicopters. Mi-24Ps are going to head over to them. It looks like the gunships are about to engage VDV. My ass, like the computer doesn't know where our units are. But luckily, immediately wiped out. Perfect. Combat level 5 already on those troops. Fantastic. All right, we'll bring those 24Ps right on back, and we'll have that UAZ come up. It's going off without a hitch so far, which means we're probably being lured right into a trap. All right, we've got our troops on the right side ready. We've got VDV here. We're going to bring up some recon as well to see what might be on the other side of that ridge. We're also going to want some more forces ready to invade the sector at Gregory. Some ground forces here are going to be very important. Motor Strelaki probably going to be the best unit here to use. And it looks like, let's see, Central Group Forces CGV in Czechoslovakia reports clashes with local troops. Got our Shilka ready here. We're also going to want, we did see some helicopters, so we're going to want some better long-ranged AA, I think. This vehicle is capable of firing, I believe, 3 missiles. Yeah, so we probably want something a little better than that. Though that range can't be beat. 3,500 on helicopters, that's pretty good. We'll call up one of them in addition to the Cubs. We're also going to bring up some, let's see, we don't have any ground forces, unfortunately, but we can bring up some PT-76s. And they're, let's see, they are good on recon. Let's try to get the best recon we can out for the price. Looks like, actually, if we jump up to the PT-85, we get a very good unit, so let's go with that. So we'll build up our ground forces for both flanks before we really push into the area. And it looks like T-62s were just spotted on that left side. So let's go ahead and continue to support that left side. Those T-62s will chew right through that infantry, so we definitely want to keep the hell away from that. A lot of tanks, actually. Looks like a total of 5 total tanks, and I'm looking to see if there's any other units, and there's not. But you never know what exactly could come across that field. All right, we are going to secure Sheraton in just a moment with this UAZ as soon as it gets through the mud. A little bit of spin tires going on right now. Those Mi-8 TVs will work to slow down those T-62s as those rockets will hinder their movement and stun them. And they're going to be real stunned with what I pull out here in just a second. We probably want some more T-55s here as they're better units for faster firing operations. But we could also get out some T-64As as well. We may as well do that, pardon the pun, to have faster firing units out. Infantry will have to come up on the left as well, so we should be able to crush those T-62s, no problem. All right, looks like we've got some Kamaz and Strelas and T-64As on that right side. So let's go ahead and bring over our tanks finally. It's going to be a bit of a drive. Only 6 minutes into the mission now. These troops have been unloaded, and we're going to move up the road here to this first set of buildings. And we've got T-64As that can go ahead and park. What we need to watch out now for is any shoulder-launched AA and or ATGMs, and unfortunately those Mi-2s are not really good at getting close to the enemy and seeing what they may actually have. So we might use the best recon of all, which is basically trial and error with the Motor Strelaki here, we have here, a Motor Strelaki, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, we do have an SPG-9, so we can bring in some more troops on that left side as soon as possible. Alright, so it's going to be a little bit of setup now as we spend some time getting our units ready. I don't really want to bring any of these units out of cover as there are fear of ATGMs and or helicopters, but these AA should be okay in the back now to fire on any targets they see. PT-85's doing quite well without being engaged. We do see oh, hold on a second, we've got some troops on the right side. Looks like those Scots are chewing through our infantry, unfortunately. Killed a few of them there. They must have been going for the Mi-8 TVs. We'll replenish those troops in just a moment. Alright, we're going to go ahead and secure that right flank in a moment. Okay, let's bring the Mi-24Ps back to the FOB, and 1Ds can move up with their grenade launchers in just a moment. We do want to secure up to here on both sides before we actually plunge in. And it will take a little bit of time to get those types of troops, as the transports for the regular, like the SPADs here, very good troops, but I don't want to call them out just yet. We do want to build up some points before we push in. Fedor on the right side. I would abandon center now at this point for Fedor in order to push through. Looks like a supply truck was captured by the enemy. That's unfortunate. So it looks like they must have moved, oh, they moved tanks right on through there. Wow, they broke on through to the other side, everybody. Alright, looks like they moved a little bit too far away from them. T-80s are ready to engage. Let's chase them into the woods. Here we go. 3 T-55 AMs. Alright, we gotta pull out. Yep. As thought, you know, obviously tanks in the woods, the heaviest of killers. We lost a VDV group to that, but that's okay. We did start with that group as well, so they were definitely the best going over to this side. Good thing to call out in those woods. Killed multiple vehicles with those, but without even really taking many losses. Alright, we'll hunt down those AMs in just a minute. Looks like the European community recognizes the insurrectionist government's President Ronald Reagan addresses the ultimatum to Moscow. I guess to recognize Poland's sovereignty. Alright, we got some Malayukas here, so good thing we aren't pushing in completely with tanks. VDV getting beat up again. One man left in that group, goddamn John Rambo. I don't know what's provoking them to advance with their tanks like that, but it's starting to irritate me. So T-72s versus 1972 T-62s. Obviously a real winner here is the outnumbered force. So there you go. Greatest recon infantry out in the open sometimes to be able to see targets. We've now got T-80s engaging units. Can't believe he couldn't hit that Kamaz at that close range. So we'll build up our forces on the right, get rid of that AA, and we'll take out the rest of those tanks as well. Shouldn't be much longer on that Strela. One or two more hits, or shots. One. Right in the front. Nice. Okay. So we've got our rocket helicopter ready. The Mi-8 TV will be able to pin down those T-64s, and we'll engage all at once with our units. And on the left side, we can start our attack with our infantry. May as well call out some... Oh, hold on a second. T-72, unnecessarily loud screeching noise from the computer here. One T-72 destroyed by the flanking maneuver by the T-55. So they're really getting some, like... They're really doing some crazy moves. Alright, both those tanks destroyed. They're kind of just hindering our progress. No real big loss on some infantry like that in a tank. We do want to keep as many troops as we can alive, but our losses right now are less than 100 points, which is pretty amazing, given the fact that we've just secured the plateau's foothold, and we've now got Gregory surrounded as well. We'll flood with infantry in a minute. But every time I go over to that other side, a little bit of trouble pops up over here, so we're going to fix this first before going any further. T-64As are panicked. Let's go ahead and engage. One down. Gonna scan for some more targets there. And let's get some infantry ready. Every time I go to that left side, you guys know. Alright, T-72s are on the move. VDV are getting repaired. Looks like we've got a Conquer trying to cause a bad fur day for our tanks. We're also going to engage two T-55 AMs and a Zalo. Zalo, no big deal there. We just need to make sure that Conquer's taken out. He'll fire his missile. Let's actually get engaged on him. Alright, ATGM coming wildly close. Alright, that is destroyed. No worries now. T-64B is a little bit of a threat, 75 points. Gonna fire its ATGM. It's gonna be crazy accurate, losing a T-72 possibly. French space program. Kerbal space program? No. Alright, let's engage everything on that T-64B then. And we do have a FOB on our left flank that we can use to resupply very soon. Looks like our helicopters are out of ammunition. It's a tank-on-tank violence now. Two T-80s are getting ready to fire here. Two direct hits, beautiful. And another T-72 destroyed by the T-55 AMs. Again, cannon fodder for... Actually, you know, a T-62 probably would be better fodder, but with less to work with, this is a little better to micromanage these units. So we do have Cubs and a command unit there that we can take out. Alright, we're going to send our infantry in to secure that fob, and then we'll send our tanks in to repair at that, and we'll take out that command unit next. So not happy with those losses there. I wish we wouldn't have lost any tanks, but at least the enemy kind of came to us rather than attacking all at once. They just kind of walked into our space, and we took them down quite quickly. Alright, we're going to send out 4 BMPs full of Russian infantry and get some Polish infantry out as well. Oops. Let's see. It is their territory, so let's make them work for it, though we're in support. We are also going to bring up a, let's see, we do want some tanks on the field. T-55 AMs are going to be a good buy here. So let's get them in a defensive position. With the T-64As, we'll need more infantry than tanks at the time, but we will definitely need to switch between the two for defense and assault capabilities soon enough. Alright, so the right side, a VDV loss and 2 T-72s. Left side, nothing lost so far. Topazes are here. Motorstreliki are ready to strike. We'll probably see some tanks out in the open soon, so let's get those Mi-24P back in action. The 2 Ps here are going to do some good work here if we see anything. High-value targets would probably include anything T-55 or T-62s, just to clear those out. Alright, the Robert Zemeckis are moving up. The Zemech here, times 80 plus 40 Motorstreliki. Just going to go ahead and move up the route here and clean sweep anything there. Aeromobile infiltration possible in Poland. NATO enters Czechoslovakia. So it looks like we've got a little bit of tensions now going with NATO. VDV are getting closer to capturing that fob. Federal will be ours soon. All we need to do is really clear out the area and capture that. That's not a big deal at all. And we do have our Mi-2s here ready and waiting. So as soon as the Motorstreliki get close, they can start doing their work. Topaz are basically really just unarmed transports. Though they do have their machine gun, they're really worthless at this point, especially in this close combat where we're about to enter. And the BMP 1Ps are capable of firing a 20 rounds worth of Conquerors, so nothing to ignore there. VDV have captured the fob. Let's get all up in that grill, y'all. Mi-2 is going to get closer too. Alright, let's resupply. Okay, we've just destroyed a 10-point SPG. That's good. And we just heard an ATGM fire from the Mazurka, possibly. BMP 1Ps getting shot at by some sort of ATGM. They are now worried. Some sort of ATGM coming out of this area here. We just spotted where that came from. They're in full retreat now. Hopefully there's no damage to these BMPs. Alright, Motorstreliki can start working there first. Gonna hide our tanks then in order to make sure we're all secure. Let's get a little closer with an Mi-2 and see if we can start spotting tanks. If we can destroy tanks first, that'll be a little better move. It looks like our the Cub over there is firing at that Mi-2 already. Oh no, that's gonna be destroyed. Damn. Alright, so recon lost on that right side, but we did take a major victory there at Fedor, pushing the enemy out of there, and that's gonna be a huge point advantage for us very soon. We may as well use our UAZ over there now. Let's go ahead and do that. The UAZs we can buy are very expensive, so rather than buying another one and getting 1 extra point, let's go get 2 extra points and we can capture that other one later. Malyukas are going to be a real pain in the ass unless we can get close enough to engage them. There might not be a line of sight on them, and I guarantee there'll be some sort of AA, so let's probably best to just kind of move in slow with our troops. So right now you can kind of see us trying to encircle the Gregory area. There will be enemy troops here and all above us, but we're trying to kind of carve things out slowly, and time after time we make slow advances. So things are going pretty good. The enemy has an advantage here. They have a refinery that we can't necessarily just plow into. We have to be very delicate, and we have to do things surgically, and that allows the enemy to really lead us down chokehold avenues and really have the advantage on us. Mi-24Ps are up and ready just in case any tanks are spotted. Motorstreliki will be fine if they're in the buildings now. That's good. If they get close to those Malyukas, we can bring tanks a little closer, including BMP 1Ps, but we still have the troops down here to conquer. And let's see if we can get some AA up here as well. Alright, Motor Streliki are moving from cover to this next set of buildings here. Looks like some sort of transformers. Very large transformers. Oh, okay, there was a Ural there. We can capture that a little bit later for some free supplies. We've also possibly got some AA there at Gregory. I think that may have been PVADs or something. We did spot American helicopters, by the way, which means that they are now assisting the enemy. If you hadn't noticed before, I didn't make mention of it, but they are assisting them. Our UAZ out in the open down there, moving towards that sector. And our Shilka and Cub pair are moving up. No sign of enemy helicopters at all. Motor Streliki getting very close to that Malyuka group that was spotted there. And reinforcements look like they're cut off here from this Zemeckis group here, and T-64As. So we kind of now are in a blocking position in the north while we're trying to cut out the south. That's very cool. Alright. Let's get in there and get dirty. Oh! Oh yeah, we got tanks. Alright, so Malyukas are on the run. We have some sort of armored unit. Strelas are fighting back. Looks like we did find some AA there. I thought they'd be down here, but that's good. Once these are destroyed, then that means that we can bring in our helicopters and destroy other tanks and ATGMs. Malyukas are fleeing into another group of Robert Zemeckis'. Oh, and one of them almost destroyed there. Let's push right on through. We'll break left in a second here. Let's come down with this Motor Streliki. Make sure we're engaging that group. Alright, let's start destroying very lightly armed and very high value targets. And there was a command up here. We'll go and find that a little bit later. Enemy losses over 1,300, ours over 145. Oh, it looks like we've spotted some infantry down here. Let's get the helicopters, put them to good use. SPG spotted again. T-55s will hold in the defensive position. Alright, looks like the helicopters are ready to help out that infantry. Two groups of PTUR Fagats have now become 0. Well, they will in just a moment. One ATGM, looks like an AA missile fired by that ATGM group. Rest assured it was just an ATGM that was way off course. And that should be the end of that firing. Alright, great. So now we've got some two PT-76Bs that are there that can be destroyed quite easily, so let's bring in the tanks. And, oop, I hear some more firing. Oh, okay, I thought an ATGM was coming at us. Actually, let's bring up we're going to bring up a UAZ now. Capture that sector as soon as possible. And we're about to capture the sector on the right side as well. Bring up another recon unit. Alright, so let's get some tanks over here. Or actually, better yet would be some helicopters. Get our tanks as close as possible. Looks like T-62Ms are looking around for our infantry now. Those T-62Ms are going to be real killers once they see our infantry. Need to defend the infantry at all costs with those. Looks like we took out everything that was there. T-62M escaping that first shot. We do have 2 FOBs to capture now. One T-62M destroyed. And the second one stunned. Taking shots from plenty of rockets, 122 millimeters. Only 2 blocks of damage done from that. Mi-8 TVs. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking the Mi-24Ps were firing, but not at this time. They're not. That unit was successfully routed, though, so let's go ahead and repair and rearm everybody. Looks like there's a Ural down there still. We can go and capture that. And the Mi-2's given us a good line of sight on what's waiting for us in the south. Go ahead and spread out in a defensive position. Perfect. Fedor shouldn't be too much trouble. T-62M taking a lot of damage there, not much life left in him. And now we've got our UAZ that we can call up. Where'd he go? Where's he at? There we are. Okay, so we'll go ahead and capture Gregory next. And we'll just send these troops through here in the south just to make sure we're absolutely clear. And then we can go ahead and start repairing and prepare for the next section of the assault, which is going to be taking Fedor and Gregory will both be captured. Then we'll have to make sure Ivan, Leonid, Constantine, and possibly Elena fall, so that way the enemy can't get any reinforcements there. They're going to fight back fiercely after that. A lot of rockets falling down on the enemy right now. And we've got a lot of good tanks on that right side to support at Elena, possibly. Though it's going to be a logistical task to do that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get in defensive positions with our infantry here. Let's go ahead and make sure we're moving into those defensive sectors, just in case they come back at us. And we're going to probably want some more AA for the left side, and some supply units to keep them supplied, and some tanks as well. Very good. Alright, cool. We've got everything we will need for the start of this, and we've also captured one of the objectives there. And we're bringing up some more Polish troops now to help push. Eliminate any HQ in Ivan. I think we did both for primary and secondary objectives now. Capture the refinery without using artillery. Secure Gregory at the refinery. And eliminate HQ in Ivan, Leonid, and Constantine. We'll also have the objective to secure Fedor, but I believe we've already taken care of that. Obviously, we're pretty good there. Alright, my apologies, my game minimized for a quick second there. Alright, so, let's see. We've got some Mi-24Vs coming in on that right side. Looks like they're trying to engage the Bucks and enemy command there. These units aren't firing. We can now use artillery if we want to, and that might be good to soften up some of these sectors, though we're going to have to get very close. And by the way, we have to destroy the enemy HQ, which basically means we can snipe the commands. And if we can get close enough with some sort of recon, we can do that. And we do have the capability of sniping with artillery, which would be great. It would easily get rid of the enemy and push them out of the area, and would really simplify a lot of stuff. So I think what we'll do is we will get artillery ready to try to snipe on one of these sectors and an invasion on the rest. In fact, I'd say if we can capture Ivan and Leonid quickly and snipe at Constantine, that would be great. It would really end the conflict right away. Clear the rest of the refinery is our new objective, which is now complete because we've already got it, and we should have the extra 2 stars in just a moment. We're, by the way, working with the Polish Uprising and the 82nd Airborne, or fighting against, rather, the Polish Uprising in the 82nd Airborne Division from the Americans. No scores from them yet. We're knocking on the door. 2,000 points, though, and that's pretty good, considering our losses. So let's continue to push up. And we'll get recon up as well. Cubs are available. And we're going to want some more tanks. Possibly some T-62s in order to slow down the enemy's counterattacks if they bring any up. T-72s are going to be very valuable here. And that should be good on our tank forces. Topaz again. They can just stay back. Alright, we've spotted a heavy hog there. We're going to hold in defensive positions on the right side permanently, more than likely. There's really nothing I can do at Elena other than building up a huge tank force or something. We would really need like 5,000 points to do everything I wanted to do all at once. But for now, we just got to be on the lookout for enemy counterattacks and just hold at Gregory with all of our Bobby goodness. Alright, so we've got troops on the move, we've got tanks coming up, we've got everything we need here. We just need to spend a little time getting it all in place. Bring up our recon troops from the rear and our AA as well. And nothing really to fear on that right side. So let's go for Ivan. This whole area here is going to be our operational play zone, I guess you could say. And we have a heavy hog, 2 of them coming in possibly. Not sure if they're going to the right, not sure if they're going to attack Gregory. Could be an indication of a much bigger force. So with that said, let's keep getting our defenses ready just in case they do counterattack. We'll bring up Shokas We'll bring up the Cub, wherever that thing is, in the far back there. And we'll probably send these 1Ds over to capture that Ural truck. We could definitely use that in the future. Okay, so let's see. What else could we use here? We're going to probably need another helicopter to watch over both sectors. And I bet you more AA would be very nice to have indeed. Let's bring up 3 of these. Heavy Hogs are on the move now. Cub is in a perfect position to take those out. No clear sight. He needs to get on the edge of the forest. And he's got a target. Cub missile away. Here we go. Let's go ahead and zoom in on these Hueys. Heavy Hogs. And a miss from basically a stationary target. Second miss from basically a stationary target. And with its final missile, not even close. Alright, I have no idea what the hell's going on there, but you can see why I didn't want to use the Cubs as much as I wanted to use something like the Strela or the ZSUs, as they can at least pin down the enemy units. The Cubs are really like a Hail Mary kind of a weapon. Right now we're completely defenseless then against helicopters, unless we bring up our Jinowitz, so let's bring that up. I hear a little bit of an engagement. Motor Streliki are engaging somewhere. Looks like there's troops in these oil tanks here. Let's get that PT-85 up. Gonna have another group of Motor Streliki come over and add the pressure. Heavy Hogs are getting ready to move out. Cub missiles about ready to fire. 80 men versus 20. PT-85 is about ready to fire its missile, or cannon as well. It does carry a missile. The Mazurka ×4. Heavy Hogs are getting fired on by the Cub. God, that Cub is such a waste. I'm hoping that Heavy Hog doesn't come back around. Alright, I'm also hoping for no AA to engage these helicopters either, other than our SAMs, which hopefully these Strelas are accurate. We've lured them back into the Cub range. Finally, after 26 shots, the Cub has hit something. Cub, by the way, is the Russian word for it's not going to hit shit, I believe, is the accurate translation. T-55's on the move. Actually, it means cube. Alright, so we'll move these Motor Streliki back to get rearmed here, and T-55s are on the move, so we've kind of got a little bit of a defensive position here that hopefully they fall on, so that way we can kind of just deflect their attack and roll right in. We're going to bring up more T-62s to try to make more cannon fodder for the enemy. And we're going to get a big force ready to attack, so for those of you who want to see a giant tank whatnot going on, you're about to see it. Alright. We're going to send infantry up this tree line as soon as we can. And it looks like these 3 T-55s wandered into the wrong neighborhood. They're about to get messed up. We've got our whole tank army here ready and waiting. Oops, don't want those. Wait until we can call out one more and then we'll send it. There we are. Total of 8 troops there. You can see we have to build up against a very high number of forces here. And geez, did you see all the shots that missed? Ridiculous. The only thing landing anything is the ZSU-57. And that's a damn AA unit. Alright. So we'll take this peninsula of trees here in just a moment, and that'll help kind of split the field and detect enemy units and deal with them more appropriately. And we're also going to send up enemy tanks, or tanks of our own, to deal with the enemy tanks as soon as possible. In fact, I'm going to send these T-55 AMs to the right, and everything else can stay on the left, as well as the infantry. We'll need better AA, I think, as well. And better, I should just say more of it. I mean, that is the Soviet word for more, or for better. For better or for worse, doesn't matter. Oh, come on, we don't want... There. Alright, we've got some Cobras out here sneaking around. Send our Salamandras after them, wherever they are. Cubs around here somewhere, or our Genoese. Looks like there's a lot of enemy AA moving around. Alright, so it looks like two ZSU-57s were immediately destroyed. Those whole... damn, those ZSU-57s taken out right by those cheap-ass Scots, which are nice units. Luckily, we have plenty of these ZSU-57s, just a ton of them. And now the enemy's going to advance right into our tanks. I wanted to send that infantry up, but once we've kind of got a foothold, you have to keep pushing, otherwise the enemy's just going to keep sending troops all day. Zalo's here as well. Big tank fight about to occur. Plenty of gunships spotted. Oh man. Alright, hold on a second. There's much more going on here than we thought before. Hopefully this Cub gets upgraded. We need a damn miracle here. Oh, beautiful. 2 for 1. Alright, the Americans are coming with their technology now. They've got Sheridans on the way, and we've got two groups of 2 T-55s here that we're going to try to engage with. BMP-1s, we'll go ahead and try to push through with that as well. So they've got their attack going on the right, and we've got our attack going on the left. We've got more guns than they do, fortunately. There's no need to call out our infantry at the moment. Just keep them in the transports. Alright, let's get our T-64As up here. Let's get our Mi-24Ps up here. Let's get our Mi-8Ts up here. Let's unload our troops and send them to the north. And our Pekotas Mech is on the left side, are ready to rock too. Looks like there's some enemy artillery there, but we really need to take care of these Sheridans first. TO-62's coming up. You gotta be kidding me. Man, they've got a lot of numbers. Alright, let's go ahead and attack while we've got them distracted. It looks like that was a command unit or something. BMPs they're attacking, no big deal. Let's get some of these tanks out of here. So we lured them into a real good fight here. T-80Bs, T-64Bs, all on the move to get the hell out of there. RM-70, a artillery piece. That's what that was. Okay. Alright, so we got a lot of BMPs that we can use to fight all these light vehicles as well as our Mi-8TV. The Poles are trying to slow us down with their tech while the Americans are trying to get in place with their higher technology here. And T-80B, let's see how effective that is against all these tanks here. I was going to say, make sure the Strelas stay back, and they're the first damn thing to walk out into the open. T-80B, bad day for you, showing its side and immediately taken out. T-55's coming up from the rear. T-64Bs are firing away too. Multitude of tanks for both sides. A real tank battle here, really amazing. Heavy hogs are on the prowl. We're gonna literally need a flying fob out here now. There's so many vehicles that we need to resupply and rearm. Let's get some more AA up as well. Alright, heavy hogs are doing their thing here in a second. Gonna get away from that. 3,500, we almost got a clear shot here. BMP's not the biggest loss in the world. The infantry's more important. Cub is trying to do its best to fire. Alright, one hog down. Looks like we've got some units firing from Ivan. Let's get a recon up here. Alright, we see that unit now. Oh wow, look at this. Amazing. ITW. That's a bad boy right there. It's gonna kill every one of our tanks in one shot. Keep moving, baby. Keep moving. Keep moving. Another unit. Oh, I was gonna say another unit's gonna die now. Every time that thing fires, it's almost instant death. And with our huge tank swarms, these units are still too panicked to continue on. Bad time to be panicked too with that thing around. Another tank destroyed. Two more actually. Alright, looks like we got some real trouble here. We're gonna hide in the trees. So we were trying to attack through the enemy's attack because I don't want to really back down from their kind of crap. Alright, let's go capture this fob over here. We'll capture that and use that to our advantage. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, we want this MI2 up here. So these tanks are going to be wiped out due to their panicked ways. But these mechs are going to get nice shots on them in just a second. Beautiful. Alright, looks like there's a lot of troops around here too, so this will help to divide the two battlefields. Again, they're getting reinforcements from everywhere, so just keep in mind that they're going to have a real advantage here. Beautiful to see all that infantry. Alright, so we're going to try to block on this right side with the motor streliki and such to try to divide these two battlefields. I'm going to try to, now that kind of things have been pushed back a little bit, and they really pushed back hard with a lot of what you saw. Taking some losses there, mostly in the T-62 department, some infantry groups, and no real substantial losses, no loss of like a T-80 or anything like that. That's really what we want to minimize. There's a grad here, and we could actually go in at this point with artillery or something. TO-62's up now. We're going to have to get the hell out of there. Damn, that those units immediately gobbling up all the supplies. You can see why I brought up an Mi-26 for the rear and why I brought up supply trucks for the front. Let's take the high road to that fob. TO-62s are coming down. They're going to get crunched right away. Still smoking those troops, damn. Roasted communism. Let's get those ZSUs on the line. And let's get that Mi-2 up. So we could just artillery Ivan, but what I do want to do is I want to capture Ivan, so that way we can actually push into Leonid. And in fact, what we could do is we could bring up a Ferung's UAZ and capture Ivan with it, then bring up the rest of our troops to secure it, and then capture Leonid. But let's just first hold on that because we've got oh yes, another kill from that ITW bastard. Alright, let's get some choppers up to deal with him. Alright, so the motor streliki were successful in pushing through there. So that's one area destroyed, no longer can be used by the enemy. Man, they're still sneaking attacks in through there. Yeah, it's going to be an insta-kill every time, too. Their T-55s are much more advanced than ours, I guess. So the ITW there kind of cut off our forces a little bit, and our attack was real good. Getting this valley was a huge win. because we can still cut off their advancing forces and such, and they're going to try to take out our AA primarily now. And where did our helicopters go? They went back to the FOB, so let's bring up our helicopter forces. ASU-85s are on the move. Probably for the helicopters. Let's go back for resupply. Now we still have that ATGM around, so we need to be careful for that thing. And my 8T's destroyed. This isn't going to be easy because it's really like we pushed the enemy into a corner, and now they're going to send everything we've got over here to try to stop us. So this shouldn't last much longer, but you'll see more losses on our side, I suppose. And they're trying to break through to the Mi-26. Good timing for the helicopters. Alright, so we're going to capture that Ivan sector and pretty much bypass that damn ATGM, and we're not going to let them bully us around anymore with their damn ASUs and cheap T-55s. So that's gone. No need to worry about that anymore. Yep, T-64As were about fired on by that ATGM, and we'll go ahead and take that out now that he's exposed himself. Just like Grandpa at last Christmas, he's going to be asked to leave. Oh, well, I'm not telling personal stories, but anyway, let's go ahead and get up there. Heavy hogs are on the way. We don't really have any AA for them other than the Genoese. So really, the tough trouble here is going to come from Leonid. And we're just going to find the command and artillery it, and then just artillery the hell out of Constantine, just because it's going to be funny. And I don't get to use artillery much in this game. And it's really fun to use in this game because it's very powerful, as it is, I think, in Red Dragon as well. But I think it's much more powerful here than any best artillery unit in the game, by the way, is the French artillery. I think, anyway, most accurate, most fun to use. So heavy hogs are taking some damage. Heavy hogs are also on the way again. We've got our Cub in the back. This thing has its first bar of veterancy. Let's just move everything over to wherever. Send this Mi-26 back to get supplied. All the way back there. And we now finally have Ivan. Let's see if we can quickly find ourselves a command. Set up a defensive position, and I do believe that that unit's been destroyed, so we can bring up all of our tanks now. So after a long, strange, weird battle there, we finally secured enough territory. They're still going to be calling in these weird attacks where one damn T-55 breaks through and John Rambo's it. You see this hog here. Alright, let's attack move through here. Alright, looks like there's plenty of ATGMs around as well, so let's get some artillery ready to rock. No FOB here either, unfortunately. They're driving through flak. Sheridans are trying to make another attack. And my 24Ps aren't going to allow that. Alright, a T-62 destroyed up here by who the hell knows what. Goddamn autocannons coming out of the woods, never mind. Alright, so that American technology is going to prove to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. Strela there lost. So like I said, we're dealing with some troublemakers here. Damn Sheridans with their instant act too. Let's get some helicopters ready to rock. Eat that, America. So 20 millimeter there. So luckily, we've got so many tanks that we can kind of just spread out without really having to find out where the hell the enemy is and take all this extra time. And we're trying to do this with speed now. T-80s are on the move. Oh, heavy hogs there still. Shilkas, we can bring those up then. It's hard, you have to defend and attack in multiple areas. Sheridan's here taking a real beating. Into the area we go. Alright, so we're going to have a lot of attacks from that right side, and we just kind of have to keep filling it in. So let's just bring up a couple of daddies to end this game once and for all. Now that they're on the edge, we've really got them now. They finally came out of hiding, so now it's our turn. We'll push the infantry at them so they can't take that area back again. And it looks like our infantry found their infantry. Quite delicious. I'm not seeing much in terms of AA. So it's time to advance now. We'll kill those F.A.Q groups first. And their helicopters too, as they're going to cause problems with their rockets. One heavy hog here, just plugging up the whole advance. Still accurate on those damn F.A.Qs, even though they're getting bombarded to hell. Don't want to target that. There we go. Now, obviously, all the recon in the world and everything would detect all those units, but how are you going to kill them? You can either snipe or you can just go in and do it the hard way, and unfortunately, we got to go in the hard way in this mode. So since the Poles don't want to cooperate, we'll send in the elite tank battalions of the T-62s and T-72s. We're going to have to, again, spare these units for other missions, but even under fire, their units are still very capable of hitting us. So we did a really good job. That's really good, I think. You know, we took some losses in holding the enemy back on that right flank, but we really did slow them down and stop them from advancing and closing the door. Then we kicked the door wide open here at Ivan. It's working pretty good. We just need to continue to push. No real AA on this side. At Leonid. We could fly in with at Constantine, possibly, just to see what we can see. We're going to continue to harass them from the rear. And let's actually get some... let's see if we can get some East German rocket helicopters up there to kick some ass. And let's see what we can do. No need to capture that sector. 2 Mi-8Ts moving out. So now that we kind of pushed them all the way to against the wall, now's finally where everything started to kind of come apart for us a little bit. They pushed back hard, but we're kicking ass. This is good. It wasn't going to be easy. We had 3 zones to capture after capturing an entire refinery. Pretty good, I'd say. Pretty bad for them. Look at all that. They are ruthless. They're still attacking with ATGMs. Okay, can you believe that? So our troops went in and did a really good thing to just find those command units, and we were able to just pin them down and take them out. We have our peon groups here that kind of fired relentlessly. I want to keep these units. So let's see if we can just build up a helicopter force and just bypass everything. So we're on the lookout for the last command at Constantine. That actually could be a movie title. Sounds like a western with like John Wayne or possibly you know, Clint Eastwood. Like, you know, this command zone's not big enough for the two of us, communist. All right, so Salamander. By the way, that was the worst Clint Eastwood impression ever. That's also a joke. All right, so we're gonna hold in the middle, hold on the right, and full attack on the left. It's all come down to this. Let's see what we can do. We've taken some losses to hogs, which were a big pain in the ass, and some weird T-55 tank movements that just bypassed all of our defenses. But that's the way the computer works, man. So we're gonna go all in with these helicopters, and just find this last command. If we don't find the command, or if we see the command and then have to pull out right away, we can at least immediately fire on it with artillery. So let's get all that ready. So artillery is going to be supported by two batteries, these two peons. Just flying through town, no big deal. Look at these guys. Oh, really? Just showing up conveniently? Anyway, those helicopters can't attack us. They're rockets only. Ground attack rockets only. Alright, so this is a gamble. No AA, no AA. I think we may have seen a command. Oh yeah, there goes a little bit. Oh no, that's not it. What the hell's that? Oh, is that Bradley's? Nope, Sheridan's. Damn, there's a Vulcan right there. Son of a bitch. But there's the command. Alright, let's overwhelm that Vulcan. Send in the Salamanders for the CPC. And we might be done. Hopefully. This will be a huge victory if we can just bypass all the enemy's defenses. Their real main defenses were at Ivan and Leonid, just between the two. And now if we can get some missiles over on that CPC. Just one nice little hit with a damn... Oh wait, with some sort of ATGM, that would be great. Alright, let's see if we can get another, some sort of artillery out to take their command down. Two of these should be good. Well, they're just not falling, are they? There we go. Finally. That's it. Let's have a rocket party, everybody. Took about an hour. Thanks for spending it with me.
The great refining capacity of Pluk is secured. Warsaw Pact troops move quickly to the Czech-Polish border.
Yeah. These rockets are for good measure. Damn well deserved, too. I just wanted to call those out at the end. That was pretty cool. So another victory. A pretty good one at that. Major losses including T-72s, a little VDV group there, and one or two of those stray loss. So let's go ahead and just take a look at things. Clear out the rest of the finery. Oh, I guess we didn't do that, even though we captured that sector there. That actually should have triggered that. There must have been one or two units or something that were really close, but I guess we can count that as whatever. I guess if we would recon that group on the right. I had done it before as well. So anyway, on that far right, we just had to clear out some more troops that were around there, even though we had basically cleaned out the rest of that right side, wherever it was on whatever cap zone that was. So Mi-24Ps, very effective here. VDVs, T-80s as well, and T-72s, real good kills here from pretty much everything, and some good losses too. Two other T-55, I can't remember what on the left is what died on the right, I think. I don't know. Who the hell cares? But anyway, that was a good time, and we got all of our objectives complete. That last one was just a weird technicality, but whatever. I will see you guys next time, and thank you so much for joining me for more of Wargame European Escalation. Keep your passwords and pimp hands strong. Bye.